Hi there. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. It is Wednesday. It is September the 10th, and we are in storm watch. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and it's not snow we're getting like they are in Calgary. It's rain.
It is rain, and it's a significant amount of rain, but it's not going to develop until later on this afternoon. So our team, we're here to warn you of what's coming up. Make sure you stay with us throughout the day for when it begins, when we start to see some thunderstorm activity. We'll have all the juicy details for you coming up. Let's start things off by taking a look at our current temperatures. This system, it's down in the U.S., and what it brought were tornado warnings and vicious thunderstorms, Iowa through Missouri, through Nebraska. Really, really intense weather. Now, it's not going to be that severe on our side of the border, but we still have the risk to see. We'll talk about this system, we'll talk about the timing, we'll talk about what's going to happen after, coming up in just a moment. But first, Tom, what's happening on the highways? Well, we've got rain and a lot of it. We've got southeasterly winds that are really going to pick up in intensity by this afternoon, gusting upwards of 80 kilometers an hour. Rain's going to develop later on this afternoon, be heaviest this evening, and through the overnight we could see some thunderstorm activity ahead of this, as well as along the cold front. And then throughout the day tomorrow, we do start to clear out. We may see a little bit of residual moisture in the morning. Friday, not looking like a bad day, but temperatures fall. Like, we're looking at 15 degrees for Friday. And then Saturday, a brand new system comes in. This one's certainly not as intense, but Friday and Sunday certainly being the better days of the weekend. Hi there. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. It's Wednesday. It is September the 10th. We are in storm watch. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and yeah, it could be an interesting drive this afternoon. This morning shouldn't be that bad. We do have problems, though. I'll tell you about that coming up.
All right. Well, let's take a look at our current temperatures. We have a lot to get to this morning.
4 degrees. So it's going to be a fairly good day initially this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you get out and enjoy it this morning, as Don was mentioning, because this afternoon, system approaching, it's got very fall-like characteristics, which means it's bringing in a lot of rainfall and very strong winds. I think winds are certainly going to be the biggest issue here.
Somewhat damaging winds if possible, too, upwards of 90 kilometers per hour, so you have to be careful.
Yes, especially along the lakeshore, and we do tonight. So tomorrow, a little cooler, and Friday, wow. I'm going to show you that coming up, but first, here's Tom. While the rain will develop later on this afternoon, the winds are certainly going to pick up before that. So we're looking at wind gusts up to 70, 80 kilometers an hour. Heavy rain developing through the evening and overnight. And then behind this cold front, we are going to be seeing our temperatures drop significantly. We're going to see a bit of a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow morning. We could see a few residual showers, but then by Friday, we start to clear out. We'll see some sunshine. Saturday, new system comes in. It's going to develop over the lakes, and we're going to see some showers. It's not going to be a complete washout, even though it looks like it on this map. And then Sunday, we clear out, high pressure building back in. So today, miserable day. Tomorrow, not an awful day. Fall-like temperatures moving through the GTA for Friday, Saturday, and even on Sunday. We're going to be below seasonal. Sunny, but 16 degrees. Well, we do have the risk to see some active weather today with this fall-like system. So there is a good chance we could see some isolated, possibly severe thunderstorms. The biggest threat is going to be heavy rain and very strong winds, damaging winds, in fact. Without the thunderstorm potential, we do have the risk for our winds to gust up to 80 kilometers an hour just along the lake. So it could get very intense very quickly. Now, the rainfall amounts, we're looking at about 15 to 25 millimeters for the city of Toronto. But of course, those amounts could go up if we do see some thunderstorms. The winds, as you can see, are coming in from a southeasterly direction, so that's kind of good news. It means that they're a little bit on the warm side. But behind this is where we're going to be seeing that northwesterly flow, so temperatures are going to cool down dramatically behind this system. The winds, as you can see, are incredibly strong, gusting up towards of 80 kilometers an hour, and then behind it, they're staying pretty strong through the overnight and early tomorrow morning. Then they will start to ease, but temperatures will start to drop with that northwesterly flow. Hi there. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. We are in storm watch on this Wednesday. It is the 10th of September. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds. Yeah, active this afternoon for sure. And we're going to be tracking that. Of course, we've got teams going all over southern Ontario.
We do. So stay with us because it's not happening now, but we're here to warn you of what's to come.
That's right.
Let's take a look at our current temperatures. 15 degrees through Barrie. They're throughout the day today. Most of it is staying well to our south. We've seen tornado warnings and watch flashes through Nebraska, through Iowa, through Kansas. But for us, it's more so of a thunderstorm risk of rain, but locally higher if we do see some thunderstorm activity, and the wind is going to be a huge story. I'm going to explain that coming up in just a moment. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads? Wind, and a lot of it. The good news, if there is any, is that it's coming in from a southeasterly direction, which means it is going to be relatively mild. We are going to be seeing it picking up in intensity by later on this afternoon, especially in through this evening, where you can kind of see those dark reds. If you look on the legend up here, 40 to 60, those are going to be sustained. So we could see gusts certainly 70, 80 kilometers an hour. And then behind the system, it's still going to be very windy, but the winds are going to be coming in from a northwesterly direction, which means our temperatures will be dropping significantly. So we've got the heavy rain developing later on this afternoon, mostly in through this evening and overnight, and then the cold front moves through early tomorrow morning. We'll see some residual moisture and then just quite a bit of cloud cover. It will start to clear throughout the day, and then Friday, a good day, but cooler temperatures, much cooler. We're talking 15 degrees for the city of Toronto. Saturday, weak system coming in, but we'll see some sunshine late day when it starts to clear out. Well, it is going to bring in some pretty intense weather. We're looking at thunderstorms throughout the day today. Could be severe in nature down towards the southwest, where we're going to have storm hunter Mark Robinson. He's going to be tracking those storms down towards the Windsor area. So if you do have travel plans, expect active weather anywhere throughout southern Ontario today. Rainfall amounts 15 to 20 millimeters likely for the city of Toronto, but if we do see thunderstorm activity, those amounts could certainly go up. Wind is going to be a huge story today. It's coming in from a southeasterly direction, and it is really going to start to intensify later on this afternoon through the evening and overnight. Behind this system, the winds are coming in from a northwesterly direction, and we all know what that means. Cooler temperatures. Tomorrow, we're going to gradually drop to about 19 degrees, and then we're expecting a daytime high of 15 for Friday. Hi there. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Wednesday. It is the 10th of September, and we are in storm watch for an upcoming system expected to reach the GTA by later on this afternoon and this evening. Now, our system involves a lot of wind and rain and possibly some thunderstorms. Nothing like this. Centimeters of snow. And that's becoming a problem for trees that are still in bloom, as you saw in the video, coming down on cars. It hasn't been good. But for us, our story is active weather this afternoon, possible thunderstorms, and they could be severe in nature. The biggest threat with these storms is certainly going to be wind and heavy rain. Now, the wind down towards the southwest could fire up the risk for some landspouts. We're talking about tornado warnings down towards the United States with this. We are going to have a team down towards the Windsor area. Mark Robinson, storm hunter Mark Robinson, he's going to be heading down there later on today to cover these storms. So even though we're not seeing any active weather now, we're certainly in preparation for it. We're looking at about 15 to 25 millimeters of rain for the city of Toronto, but of course we could see more if we do see some thunderstorms. The wind, big deal today. Coming in from the southeast, it is going to be very strong, gusting upwards of 70 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore. Behind this system, it's still going to be very gusty, but the winds are going to be coming in from more of a northwesterly direction, which means temperatures are going to be cooling down significantly. So the bulk of the moisture is coming in this evening through the overnight, and then it'll taper off early tomorrow morning. We could see a few residual showers tomorrow morning, but then a mix of sun and cloud, temperatures dropping to about 19 degrees. Friday is certainly going to feel a lot more fall-like. We're going to see a daytime high of 15, and then a new system coming in for Saturday. So this weekend certainly feeling a little bit more like October. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Tom right now. He's got an update on your commute. Yeah, we are expected to see quite a bit of rain. The potential is there for some thunderstorms and very, very gusty conditions. It looks as though the wind is certainly going to be our biggest story. Isolated severe cells are certainly possible. The Cape is there. We're going to see kind of a squall line of storms move up through the lower Great Lakes. The more severe weather staying down towards the south. We are going to have teams throughout all of southern Ontario today. We're going to have Mark Robinson. He'll be down in Windsor. Mike Arsenault is going to be in the Chatham-Sarnia area, and Chrissy Vanshy's going to be up in Goderich. 15 to 25 millimeters, certainly not out of the question. Locally higher and thunderstorms. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. I'm not sure if an umbrella is really going to help you today with those winds that have the potential to be gusting anywhere between 70 and 80 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore. Thunderstorms a possibility and really heavy rain. So you might just want to stay inside.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Or a really heavy-duty umbrella. Like really heavy-duty.
I say raincoat zipped right up.
All right.
boots.
Sure, that would work.
That'll work too. Okay, well, we are in storm watch, not so much for what's happening right now, but we're here to kind of get you prepared for what's going to be happening later on this afternoon. We've got teams out in the field. Mark Robinson's going to be in Windsor today,
he'll
storm
be in
chasing.
his glory.
He will be in his glory. Chrissy Van's going to be joining us live from Godrich, and she will be wet. And Mike Arsenault is going to be either in the Chatham, kind of Sarnia area tracking these storms.
Yeah, he could be wet too.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have severe weather through the United States. Take a look at one in just a few moments. But first, I'm going to turn over to Tom. He's got an update on traffic. And don't forget, you can stream us live via the web, also on mobile. So keep that in mind if you're kind of on the go today and you want to see what's going on, you're not near a TV, you can always check us out online. Okay, we do have southeasterly winds. They're going to be very strong, gusting upwards of 70, 80 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore. Southeasterly winds mean they're going to be relatively mild. But behind this system, as you can see, winds shift to more of a northwesterly direction, which means our temperatures are going to be dropping significantly. Now, the heaviest rain is expected to develop late this afternoon, evening, and then continue through the overnight. That's the bulk of the moisture and the windiest conditions. Once this system clears out, the winds will start to ease, but they're going to be cooler. We'll see a bit of a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow morning. We may see a little bit of residual moisture before we start to clear by the afternoon. 19 degrees, still feeling a little bit humid. It's going to be Friday when the high pressure moves in, temperatures dropping significantly. We're only looking at 15 degrees. And then Saturday, we do have a wave of showers coming in. It's not going to be an all-day rain. I know it looks like it, but it's not going to be an all-day rain. We could see some late-day sunshine with this. And then Sunday looking to be the best day of the weekend, but temperatures below our seasonal average of about 22 degrees. Only getting into the mid-teens. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. It is September the 10th, and we are in Storm Watch. I'm Emily Vukovic, and we are tracking a very significant storm on its way throughout southern Ontario. Now, it hasn't reached us yet. We're still dealing with it down in the States, and it has moved into northern Ontario. But what they're expecting through the U.S. today, severe weather. There is a slight risk for some tornadic activity. We've seen watches and warnings popping up in Nebraska and through Iowa because of this system. Now, it's not going to be as severe on our side of the border, but down towards the Windsor area, there is a chance of landspouts developing. We're sending our storm hunter, Mark Robinson, down to that area today, so he's going to be reporting live to keep you informed on what's happening. Isolated severe possible throughout the GTA. It looks as though our biggest threat is going to be very strong wind and heavy downpours if we do see localized thunderstorms. Generally speaking, however, we're expected to see anywhere from 15 to 25 millimeters of rain throughout the day today, more so this afternoon in through tonight. That's when we're going to see the heaviest precipitation. If anything falls ahead of this, it will be relatively light. The winds, huge story today, coming in from the southeast, which means they are going to be relatively mild, which is decent news. I don't want to say it's good news because they're going to be very gusty. We're talking about winds sustained anywhere from 40, 50 kilometers an hour, gusting 70, 80 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore. Now, this cold front is going to move through. Once that cold front hits that warm, soupy, muggy air we're experiencing today, that's where we have the best chance to see some convective showers. And then behind this cold front, northwesterly winds, which means our temperatures are going to be dropping significantly behind this system. The bulk of the moisture coming in this evening through the overnight. That's when we're going to see the heaviest rain. And then throughout the day tomorrow, things will really start to taper off. We may see some residual moisture in the morning, but then we are going to start to see a bit of a clearing trend by the afternoon. Temperatures still okay tomorrow, so they haven't dropped significantly yet. We're looking at about 19 degrees, feeling like 25 for tomorrow, and then Friday, when high pressure builds in, that's where we're going to see the drastic cool down, only 15. On Saturday, showers moving through, and then Sunday we do start to clear again. So we're going to be seeing a bit of a roller coaster in temperatures for the next couple of days. Stay with us all day today because we're also going to be streaming live for our active weather coverage, so if you're not near a TV, you can, search us on your phone. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Tom real quick for an update on traffic. All right, well, taking a look at the long-range forecast, once we get through today, by the way, we've got a couple more teams in the field. We've got Chrissy Van, she's going to be up in Godrich today, and Mike Arsenault, he's going to be in the Chatham-Sarnia area, as well as Mark Robinson in Windsor. So we've got you covered everywhere. We are going to be seeing a big cool down in temperatures by the weekend. In fact, it's going to feel closer to October. I know, we go from summer to winter just like that. Temperatures down towards 15 degrees for Friday and Saturday, bumping up to 60. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, we are in storm watch here at the Weather Network due to the fact that we've got an impending storm. It's kind of like the dun 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 before, right? We're the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's true. And the big problem right now is that radar down in the London area, the Exeter radar station, is not running. That's a problem. So we'll be having to send people out there to physically track the storm all over southern Ontario.
Which we are. We've got Mark Robinson. He's going down to Windsor, Ontario today. Storm hunter Mark Robinson. We've got Mike Arsenault. He's going to be in the kind of Chatham, Sarnia area. And Chrissy Van, she's going to be up in Goderich. So we've got people on the ground everywhere. So we've got you fully covered today.
We don't need radar with Mark Robinson out there because he just stands there and does this.
With a camera on his head.
With a camera on his head, so he's tracking it all the time.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, well, we do have severe wet higher if we see thunderstorm activity, and the wind is going to be a very big story. We'll talk about that coming up, but first, here's Tom with traffic. Wind, huge story. Southeasterly winds sustained anywhere from 20 to 40 kilometers an hour, gusting upwards of 70 kilometers an hour, especially along the lakeshore. The low is going to track through the evening and through the overnight, and then behind it, we're still going to see some strong winds, sustained at about 20 to 40 kilometers an hour, but they're going to be coming in from a different direction, a northwesterly direction, which means temperatures dropping significantly. The bulk of the moisture coming in late this afternoon, evening, and overnight. Once that triple point low hits up towards the nickel belt, they're going to see the heaviest rainfall. Northwesterly winds behind it. We will get a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day tomorrow. We may see a little bit of residual moisture in the morning, but by the afternoon we'll start to clear out. High pressure moves in on Friday, and that's when we're really going to start to feel the chill. Temperatures only getting up to about 15 degrees. Saturday, we do have another round of rain on the way, but it's just that, showers. It's not going to be as intense as what we're going to see today. And then Sunday, high pressure moves back in, so all in all, not an awful weekend. I know Saturday looks like a complete washout, and it is going to be mostly cloudy and drizzly through the morning and early afternoon. But by late day, we should start to see a bit of a clearing. Big story right now is going to be our temperatures and how cool they are for September. It's actually feeling a lot more like October. We're going to go from 19 degrees tomorrow, dropping down to 15 for Friday. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, we've got Mark Robinson. He'll be down in Windsor. We've got Chrissy Van. She is going to be in Goderich. And we've got Mike Arsenault. He's going to be in the kind of Chatham, Sarnia area. So we're really going to have you covered on this system. And we're kind of here to warn you about what's to come. That's why we're in storm watch. If you're thinking, well, it's not raining, why are they in storm watch?
Yeah, it's going to be actually nice initially until this afternoon. This storm's moving in later on this afternoon into this evening. So we'll be tracking that right through the day.
It's been giving the United States residents some severe weather. We've been talking about thunderstorm TV today, and you want to watch us and see what's going on. You can always stream us live. It's starting at 9 a.m. You can stream us live via the web or on your phone, mobile devices, on your tablets, everything. We're going to be there to keep you updated. All right, our storm watch coverage continues, but first I'm going to turn things over to Tom. He's going to give us a quick update on traffic. Wind, big story. Southeasterly winds are going to be warm. That's why our temperature is bumping up to the mid-20s, feeling like the low 30s today. Once this system gets closer to the GTA, that's when our winds really start to pick up. It'll be later on this afternoon, in through this evening and overnight. We've got winds sustained anywhere between 30 and 50 kilometers an hour, gusting closer to 70 kilometers an hour, especially along the lakeshore. Behind this cold front, winds are still going to be quite strong through tomorrow, but they're going to taper off and we'll see a mix of sun and cloud. We may see some residual moisture early in the morning, but the bulk of it certainly moving in through the evening and overnight. Mix of sun and cloud by tomorrow afternoon, and then Friday, a good day if you don't mind cooler temperatures, because that's exactly what we're going to be getting. High pressure moves in, temperatures feel more like fall. It is actually going to feel more like October. We've got another system coming in for Saturday. It's not going to be an all-day washout. We may see some sunshine late day, a daytime high of 15 degrees. Thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, that's right. We've got Mark Robinson. He's going to be covering the storm through the Windsor area. We've got Mike Arsenault. He's going to be in kind of the Chatham, Sarnia area, and Chrissy Van is going to be up through Goderich. So we've got all of our bases covered.
That's right, and it could be fairly active. I mean, everything's brewing just right for this because we're starting to see the increased humidity. It's going to warm up. It's going to feel like the 30s, and then you've got this air mass approaching it. It could be interesting.
Yeah, pretty sharp cold front. It's already bringing some pretty severe weather through the United States. Certainly an impactful storm later on this afternoon and in through this evening. We'll talk about the winds, and I'll show you when they start to ease in just a few moments. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads? And like I was mentioning before, winds are certainly going to be a big story. And this graphic kind of gives us a good explanation on sustained winds and winds that are going to be gusting. So this is the little legend. It's color coded, so it makes it nice and easy for us. We've got sustained winds into the orange. So that's 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. And then notice how we start to get into the reds just along the lakeshore. We are going to be starting to see the winds gusting anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers an hour, especially this evening, just ahead of this cold front. Very strong southeasterly winds. Now behind this system, they're coming in from more of a northwesterly direction. So that means nothing to me but cooling temperatures. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The bulk of the moisture coming in this evening into tonight. So windy and wet through the overnight. Cold front passes through. We could see the thunderstorms ahead of this system. And then behind it, we're looking at a clearing trend throughout the day tomorrow. We may see a mix of sun and cloud with some residual moisture in the morning. Friday, high pressure moves in. Temperatures cooling, only a high of 15 for Friday and Saturday.
Why?
I can. We do have a pretty significant fall-like system on the way. And the reason why I'm saying fall-like, and I'm putting it in quotations, is because, yes, it's still summer. And it is going to be one of those systems that brings with it a lot of strong wind and the potential for flooding rain. Fast mover. It's going to be in this afternoon, out by tomorrow. Then we'll be left with colder temperatures.
The good news is, I just want to mention this fact, that the good news is that all this stuff happening out in Calgary and all this nasty cold weather.
Yeah, it's going up.
It's going north of us.
Yeah.
Way north of us. The jet stream's north of us, which is good news. So all that stuff we're not going to get. Isn't that good?
We're going to get this instead.
Yeah.
So the wind is certainly going to be our big story, and I'm going to give you a breakdown of what's going to happen with the wind in just a few moments. But first, I'm going to turn it over to Tom for an update on your commute. A lot of wind. We have got gusty conditions getting close to about 80 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore by later on this afternoon. And this wind product actually gives us a really good explanation because it includes a very nice, colorful, easy to read legend. Now into the oranges, that's where we're seeing our sustained winds at about 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. When we started to get into the red, that is where we're going to be seeing those sustained winds get closer to 60 kilometers an hour, gusting 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. And see that just right along the shores of Lake Ontario through the GTA. That's going to be happening this evening. Southeasterly winds keep them relatively mild, but then we've got northwesterly winds right behind this system. Now the bulk of the moisture is going to be coming in this evening through the overnight and then gradually tapering off early tomorrow morning. We may see some residual showers through your morning commute, but by the afternoon we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures much cooler. We're only looking at a daytime high of about 19 tomorrow. By Friday, high pressure moves in, but temperatures feeling like fall. We're going to see daytime highs around 15 degrees. Saturday, brand new system comes in. This is going to give us a few isolated showers. It's going to be kind of a gray, gloomy day, but by late afternoon, it looks as though we may see a little bit of sunshine, and then Sunday looks good, but temperatures certainly fall like all weekend long. Right, well, we are in storm watch for what's going to happen this afternoon, but I do want to mention that if we do see severe weather throughout the city of Toronto and even in the GTA, it is going to be very, very isolated. Most of the severe weather is staying stateside and even down towards extreme southwestern Ontario. So our biggest threat through the GTA is certainly going to be the heavy rain and the wind. Rainfall amounts, generally speaking, about 15 to 25 millimeters, but locally higher if we do see some thunderstorm activity. The wind is a really big story, and this product really gives us a good explanation on what's going to happen in terms of gusts versus sustained winds. So we've got sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 40 kilometers an hour later on this afternoon. By this evening, as you can see, little lines of red, they start to pick up along the lakes. That's where we could see our gusts anywhere from 60, possibly up to 70, 75 kilometers an hour. Southeasterly winds means they're relatively mild, but behind this system, northwesterly winds, which means our temperatures are going to be dramatically cooling down behind this system.
This one.
Yeah, Kevin did. Thank you so much, Kevin. He's on location in Milton, my old stomping grounds.
That's right.
Miss Milton. I love Milton.
Yeah, Milton's a good place and growing like crazy.
Yeah, growing like a weed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we do have some severe weather on the way. Notice that, yes, we are in storm watch, but not so much what's happening right now. It's for what's coming. We are here to warn you of the impending storm this afternoon. Future casting, exactly. We're going to have lots of teams on the ground. We're going to have Mark Robinson. He's going to be in the Windsor corridor. They're expecting to see more severe weather down there than we are. Chrissy Van's going to be in Goderich, and Mike Arsenault is going to be kind of traveling around Sarnia, kind of Chatham area. So we have all of our bases covered here at the Weather Network.
Yeah, we're just looking at too. I was just looking at the radar down just in and around Detroit. So
Yep,
the winds are going to start to pick up down in the Windsor area coming up very, very soon. So that's the front end of it.
And keep in mind, if you're just heading out the door and you're off to work and you're thinking, oh, how am I going to catch you guys later on? We are going to be streaming live starting at 9 a.m. So you can catch us on your phone, your tablet, your computer, anything.
We just won't go away.
No, we are going to follow you around all day long today. We do have the risk, of course, we could see higher amounts if we do see some thunderstorm activity. Now, the wind is certainly going to be a huge story, and I'm going to explain that coming up. And I will get you into the rest of the week and the weekend in just a moment. But first, here's Tom with traffic. I love this wind product because it gives us a really good explanation of what these gusts and sustained winds are going to be doing later on this afternoon. The legend, it's all pretty and nice colors. Orange means sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Once we start to get into the red zone, that's later on this evening. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw gusts anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. So it is going to be intense. We're going to see those brief bursts of really strong winds. The rain is also going to be coming in at the exact same time. That's when we're going to see the bulk of the moisture. And then the wind behind this system is going to be coming in from more of a northwesterly flow, which means a cool down to our temperatures. So we're going to start to see this rain really pick up through this evening and through the overnight. It will continue and then taper off early tomorrow morning. We may see a little bit of residual moisture, but for the most part, not a bad day tomorrow. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures cooler, but not as cool as they're going to be. Friday, high pressure moves into place, which means lots of sunshine, but temperatures only hitting 15 degrees. Saturday, a brief shot of showers and also 15 degrees. Thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, we are in storm watch for not what's happening right now, as Kevin was mentioning, but what's to come. We're kind of here to get you prepared. We've got teams all throughout southern Ontario today. Mark Robinson, he'll be in Windsor.
He will.
We've got Mike Arsenault. He'll be in the kind of Chatham, Sarnia area. And Chrissy Van's going to be in Goderich. So we've got all our bases covered.
We've got the shoreline covered all the way down. So, yeah, and the system's starting to just track in the front edge of it, just in Detroit right now.
So we're really going to start to see our winds pick up later on this afternoon. There is a chance for some severe weather, more so down towards the southwest. That's you on garbage and recycling night. You always leave your stuff out, and then it ends up down the street, or you end up having 6 more. So please tell me tonight's not your garbage night.
Actually, today is.
Wind, huge story. This product does a really good job of explaining exactly what it means. So we've got the legend up here. It's all color coded. The oranges means our winds are going to be sustained anywhere from 20 to 40, even up to 50 kilometers an hour. Once we start to get into these reds, that sustained wind at about 60 kilometers an hour, gusts possibly up towards 80 this evening along the lakeshore. Now behind this system, the winds really start to ease. The bulk of the moisture is going to be coming in this evening through the overnight and then tapering off gradually tomorrow morning. The winds are coming in from a southeasterly direction, relatively mild, but behind the system, notice the wind shift to more of a northwesterly direction, which means our temperatures are going to be dropping. So by Friday, or well, I would even say by tomorrow, we're going to see a mix of sun and cloud, temperatures dropping to about 19 degrees. And then by Friday, that's where we start to feel the chill, 15 degrees, fall-like. Saturday, new system comes in. It's not going to be a lot of moisture like tonight's system, but it is going to give us a fairly gloomy and wet day. But by late afternoon on Saturday, it looks as though we may see some sunshine. And then Sunday looks to be the better day of the weekend. We'll see showers and 15 for Saturday. And then Sunday, high pressure returns. We'll see sunshine in the daytime. High of 16 degrees for the city of Toronto. Oh, Kevin, you know what it is? It's because he's so busy and he goes everywhere. He gets places confused.
I know, and you got to watch what you say. That gentleman said he wants it cooler. Well, that's what a guy said in Calgary the other day. They're getting hammered with snow. Summer snow.
Yeah, it's not good for them. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to break that down for you in just a moment. Plus, I will get us into the weekend forecast in just a few moments. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads?
I just want to warn everybody down in the Windsor area that Mark Robinson's on the way, so just be aware of that. Seal all your doors. Let's go and have a look. Poor Mark. I give him a hard time. Right now. This wind product gives such a good explanation of what we are going to be experiencing later on today. This nice legend in beautiful little colors will show us that our winds are going to be sustained anywhere from 40 to 60 kilometers an hour and then gusting closer to 80 kilometers an hour in some areas. Now we are going to be seeing very brief gusts of 80 kilometers an hour. They're certainly not going to be sustained, but it's just going to show you the impact of this system tonight. Behind this system, winds are coming in from a northwest
southwesterly direction, which means our temperatures are going to be dropping. Bulk of the moisture coming in through the evening and overnight throughout the city of Toronto, and then behind it, it clears out relatively quickly. We could see some residual moisture throughout the day on Thursday, but for the most part, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Now, for the weekend, things start to fare a little bit better. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud, and then high pressure moving in throughout the day on Friday gets rid of all that cloud cover, so it also gets rid of that heat. We're going to see temperatures drop to about 15. Now, we do have some showers moving through the area for Saturday, but by late day, it looks as though we might see a little bit of sunshine, so not a complete washout, but temperatures certainly staying fall-like, around 15 degrees for both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Details.
Thanks, Tom. We do have the risk of isolated thunderstorms throughout the day today, and some of them could be severe in nature. The most severe risk is down towards the southwest through the Windsor area, where we've got storm hunter Mark Robinson. He's going to be tracking the storms for us today. But through the GTA, our biggest threat with these storms is certainly going to be the heavy rain and the wind, and the moisture is really going to start to pick up later on this afternoon, more so in through this evening and through the overnight. 15 to 25 millimeters, generally speaking, and then locally higher in thunderstorms if we do see some severe weather. Winds, certainly a big story. We're looking at sustained winds anywhere from 20 to 40 kilometers an hour, gusting 60 to 70, possibly up towards 80 kilometers an hour along the lakeshore. Behind it, we've got a northwesterly wind, so once all of this moisture moves out of the GTA, we are going to be seeing a drop in our temperatures.